Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Okay, first and foremost, the reason why I didn't do my exact same intro is because I'm streaming from both of my channels. One channel is Rewind That with Miss K and the other channel is For the Watch. So that's the reason why I said welcome back to my channel, because I don't want to confuse anybody that's watching on For the Watch. Okay, what's up, Torian? How are you? Daria, Shanice is in the building. Rashonda Greer. Not sure how many people are going to show up tonight because I think I scheduled this probably around 8 or 9ish or whatever, and I finally watched Squid Game season 2. And I'm just like, you know what? It's time for me to hit these YouTube streets and talk about it. Michelle Wadler is in the building. Hi, girl. So I put we because come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Don't be shy. We have Zam with us, my son, Samir. And Rashonda Greer is, oh, look at you in the chat, Rashonda. Normally, Rashonda is like the first person on the live and she says hi, and then I never hear from her the whole time. So I'm loving to see her in the chat. What's up, Derry B? So did you guys, you guys had to watch Squid Game, right? Did you guys enjoy it? Because OMG. I'm waiting on another guest, okay? Because like I said, we finally watched it. Waiting on another guest to review this. Don't know how long we're going to be in the building, but I just thought that it was pretty freaking good, and I just feel like we need to talk about it a little bit. All right. So first, I'm going to give my overview of the series really quick, and then I'm going to let Zamir say his little part. So for me, guys, I loved the storylines, and I'm not going to get into the storylines yet, but I love the storylines. I think that what happened with this particular season was that it pleasantly surprised me. Not to say that I didn't think that it was going to be, that it wasn't going to be good, but I just really wasn't interested. I had no plans on watching Squid Game 2. When I found out that it was another season, I was like, I don't care. Like, why are we going to keep on doing this? You know what I mean? But I was very glad that I tuned in. So I'm going to explain a little more later on, but we're going to just ask Zamir how he felt about, his overall feelings about the episode. I'm sorry, the show, the season. Sorry. So how'd you feel about it, Zam? I don't think anybody can see you, so.
I feel about what?
But have you not heard what I said?
Well,
What's up, DeMarcus? Thank you for the super sticker.
I'm not. When it came to watching it, I didn't even watch the first season. Like, I'm very It take a lot. Well, it take not a lot for me to get reeled in, but the way it started, I was very bored. And the way I ended up watching it was I left it on. I'm on my phone, and I start seeing action. So now I'm past the first two shows, and then after that, I see everything else. I don't need to see the beginning part and how everybody got into it and in their debt to know that they're playing the game.
Wow. Okay.
That's my
So you
story.
didn't see the first season?
No. It was always on and I never watched it. Never.
I don't even
I
know
don't know how it ended.
I don't even know what to say. I don't understand why you would watch the second one without watching the first one,
You
but
don't really have to.
you know,
I understood what was going on. I don't. It's been talked about so much that you know what is what. Red light, green light.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Red light.
The cookie game.
Green
No, I seen it. Like I
light.
seen it on. I just never watched it. Like never really like I like watched it. Like I glimpsed at the screen, but never really watched it. Somebody said kick yourself.
Matthew, stop.
Facts.
How you doing? Facts. He want to leave. Listen, I had to pull teeth for these little ninjas to get up in here tonight. They be acting like they don't want to help their mom out. I don't understand that. Did you watch it in Korean or English? Torian, are you being funny?
I saw it in Korean.
DJB. What's up? Yes. So, I watched it, and so you mean like they have it in where it's Korean, and then you see the English subtitles? Is that what you're saying, Matthew? Because we definitely watched it. We definitely watched it where they were speaking English. You know what I'm saying? He said I watched it in Korean with subtitles. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I can't. I'm not doing all that. The only thing that I've watched like that was Ip Man, and I enjoyed it so much that I watched 2 and 3 and like that. But I'm not really into all of that. So anyway, come on, next guest. You get up in here because you over there looking like you falling asleep. Let's go. You was okay with it before. Now all of a sudden you doing me like this, looking so excited. Gosh, I can't with these kids. Hi.
Hey.
All right. How did you feel about the show?
I feel like they should have had more games. Wasn't that many games.
Really? You wanted more games?
I feel like they should have
This
had a
stuff is
little.
brutal.
No, I mean, I'm saying like, not to sound like evil or anything like that, but
Can you guys hear him?
I just
Because
feel
he's away
like
from the mic.
I don't. It was more excitement on the last season compared to this season. Um,
Mm.
the second season, it does feel like there was some plot twists,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I thought we was gonna see more games. That's what I thought.
Okay.
But
Thank you, Matthew, for
yep.
telling it, Torian. All right, well that makes sense. I think that the reason why they didn't have so many games is because there was a mission at hand, right? And that's kind of what we're about to get into as well. So, like I said, I love the storylines. The kids were like, how are we going to talk about this? So I don't know the people's names and blah, blah, blah. Like, I had so many different complaints from these guys. But I'm like, listen, I'm always the one that's driving the ship, so just follow my lead. I'll get the names together. If not, we will just have like a picture of the people up there. Okay, stop. All right. Anyway, so we have this is Gi. I'm just gonna try to say the name as best I can. Okay, Gyeong. His name is Sung Gyeong. Okay, so he is sitting on all this money, guys, and he doesn't want it because, as far as he's concerned, it's blood money, right? Because a lot of people had to die. He's witnessed. He is the survivor of season 1, so he's witnessed. That's right, player 456. He has witnessed all these people die. All right. So in order for him to get that money, that's what had to happen. Okay. So now his mission is to use the money to invest in things that will help him put an end to the games once and for all. Now, like I said, guys, at first I hated the idea of a second season. And I just, because I didn't like him getting back into the games. I'm like, come on now, if you survived before, now is like what's going to happen to you. You're probably going to die this time. Like that was my mindset. Okay, so I wasn't interested in watching it, but once the things, picked up, I started being invested. I said, let me just give it a try. I don't know. I just was laying down and I plopped it on. So that's what happened. So, how did you guys feel about Gyeong's mission? Basically, to get back into the game is going to start with you, Zom.
It's definitely a dangerous move. It's beyond Russian roulette. It's very well. We've seen how it ended.
And they played Russian
So
roulette too.
so basically he lost his best friend in the middle of it when he
Mm,
could have just stayed and played the game. The way their way of execution was by far one of the craziest ways to try to go out. Like basically get the security guards when they could have killed the O's. Was it X's or O's? One of them.
who's the ones that are the leaders? Not the triangles, right? Is it the triangles?
No, I'm talking about when it was like the people that wanted
Oh
out
yeah, yeah,
and
the
the people
voters,
that
the
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 voters. Yeah,
players. Yeah.
it was
Okay.
X's to get out and O's to stay in.
Oh, that's
But
true.
instead of fighting back, they let them kill off majority of the X's,
Mm,
and then they would have been outnumbered from there. And
right.
instead, they decide to take the freaking guns from from whatever
Yeah,
they are,
whoever they, yeah. I
from the
mean,
guards.
I get it. I get what you're saying. But I think they were also saying that a lot of people that was on their side were like older folks. So they felt like they wouldn't have been able, they didn't have like like the advantage.
Yeah, but they got transgender. They got a bunch of people that was in the army.
That's true,
They
but he
got
was a
they got they got people on their side that that can fight combat, like trained combat fighters and trained to kill that can outnumber all of them.
mm, yeah. Torian says that that's something different from season one. This season they could split the pot, but in the first season, if they left with nothing. At the end of the day, it's all about greed. Yes, I'm definitely going to talk about that. So what you're saying is true, Zamir. But it was just terrible all around. I understood where Gyoung was coming from. He didn't want to delete anybody because he's seen it all. He doesn't want to do it again. So it was just like the safest way for him was to take down the enemy. He's not looking at these people that's in the game like they're his enemy, even though I feel like he should, because at the end of the day, it's like you need to be surviving. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Malachi, how did you feel about his mission? You saw season one, so you would have, I feel like you should probably have, I don't know, like a better outlook on it, or insight maybe, or comparison, should I say?
Hmm.
How'd you feel about his mission? This guy right here, Young. How'd you feel about it? Like him getting back into the game so he could take down the person, like the people that run
I
the
feel like
game.
that was. I feel like that's a big risk.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even really know if he was gonna take him down. So I think that was a really big risk, and especially it's like if you know that you had a daughter, and
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
was still alive. I just feel like you should have. I feel like you should have left it alone, because then, say you're gone, now you have a daughter that's hurt.
Yeah.
And who in the world can get their debt to billions of dollars and millions? Like how do you get in $500 million debt?
I think their money is different from ours though. Did you hear how a lot of people was like, that's only $24 million. That's not, I'm like, yeah, their money is definitely not the same as ours because they were like only. So I don't know what that, you know, balances out to when it comes like compared to us. Their dollar is way different, obviously. And they call it won, right? All right, so we're gonna I'm gonna get ready to share my screen. Hold on a second, guys, because there was something that happened in the very first episode, and it's kind of talking a little bit, it's gonna piggyback a little bit off of what Torian said about, like, at the end of the day it was all greed, right? So in episode 1 it's called Bread and Lottery. So we saw this man who was basically a recruiter. He goes to this park and he gives these people, they look like, a lot of them look like they were homeless. He gives them the option of bread and a scratch off. So I would assume that most of these people have not eaten probably in days, you know what I'm saying, in a while. They don't know when their next meal is going to happen, right? So I felt like it was unfortunate that most of the people chose the scratch off. And obviously shows how greedy people are. Like they'd rather choose a chance to win money over the guarantee to eat, right? Like it was guaranteed that they were going to have something to eat. It wasn't guaranteed that they were going to win the money. And it just goes to show how people's mind operates, right? So I saw the same similarity with the voting system during the games. But first, let's just take a look at this whole scenario right here. Hopefully they don't block us this stuff.
Hey, why the hell would you waste good food? Sir, I already gave you a choice, and you went with the other option. I'm not the one here who wasted this. That was you people.
Yep. and now he's stomping the bread out. Right? It's like you totally missed out on your opportunity. You get nothing now. And it's kind of like the same thing like what Torian was saying, where in the first season, you got nothing, right? But now they give you the opportunity to at least share in something with people. But the people in the games were so freaking greedy that when it came to, all right, so first let me back up. All right. Like I said, I saw a similarity when it came to the voting system during the games. When people realized that they were being deleted, like literally eliminated after they lost, they wanted out. Okay. And so here it is, they get to vote and things like that. But before they casted a vote, here's the little tactic that the people that are running these games uses. They know that they're dealing with greedy people, and this is probably a part of the test that they know what people are going to choose. That whole thing that happened in the park, that was probably a whole test to see the minds of people, right? So before they allow them to cast a vote, they showed the people how much money they would be giving up, right? And this is how much money you're gonna split or whatever, right? And the more people die, of course, the more money that you're gonna get already. You're gonna be able to share. And so even though the last season they made you leave with nothing, they knew that they were planting this seed that if folks saw how much money they would share, they knew eventually that they was going to start picking each other off. They knew it because these people are freaking greedy. So after they saw the money, how much it was and everything like that, it made them sway their vote when they originally wanted to go home. And that's how all that stuff happened. Okay, so just like the people in the park with the bread and the lottery ticket, they chose an opportunity to win money over the guarantee of their life or guarantee of bread. And so like Malachi over here said, he said that Gion made a big risk. Now, the only thing that's different between like when it comes to Gion compared to all these players in the game, all of the O's, right? I think it was the O's that wanted Gang O, as Thanos would say. When it came to them, they're just being straight greedy. Hey, Tamika. They're being straight greedy, right? But Gyeong's risk was a selfless thing. Like, he saw that lives were being killed. Like, if y'all really think about it, he is player number 456, y'all. That means that it's almost 500 people that they're using in these games every time, wiping them out, okay? Talk about some type of form of population control. Okay, so anyway, that's that. Now let's get to the storylines. So we have all of these people. I enjoyed the storylines the most in this season. You got the mom and the son. I was like, they got mother and son up in here. What the heck going on, right? Sorry. Sorry about that. And then you got the pregnant girl. Her name is Kim Juni or something like that. And then she is pregnant by, look at that, they all have like in their, she's 222 and he's 333. So she's pregnant by the crypto guy or whatever. And then you got the transgender who wind up being one of my faves. Okay, like after that whole takeover, he was not playing about like all of the stuff that he learned. Okay, the way he was able to assemble stuff and show them how to shoot the gun and all this stuff, like I was really feeling that whole thing. So I don't know what he's gonna do when it comes to the season 3. Okay, so let's go to Thanos real quick, y'all. First of all, I'm gonna say something about him. I don't appreciate this guy being called Thanos. Like, do not ever disrespect my favorite villain like that in your life. But how did you feel about Thanos, Zam?
Next question.
Really?
I don't like him.
You don't like him? Okay. How did you feel about Thanos?
He was glad. And, I mean, he was annoying, and I was glad he died.
The way he went out
It's
wasn't
horrible.
wasn't brutal enough.
Ooh, wow.
Wow.
I wanted him, like, I just hated this kid. Like, seeing him push the from the jump, pushing all of that stuff. The fork to the neck wasn't enough. I wish he went out like the rest of the people playing the games.
Stop.
Multiple shots.
No.
In
First
the
of all,
back.
all right. So first of all, that's not the worst way. Those people that are getting deleted like that, that's not the worst way to go. So you're actually
In the
wrong.
game, yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Well, how else they going out?
Them getting stabbed up, that's terrible.
Fork stabbing. Like he kind of like the way he reacted. He had, I don't know, but he was suffering a little longer. I guess it just wasn't satisfying enough though for the fans.
Okay. It's for the fans. Thanos was on that stuff. Yeah, he was definitely he made me nervous because he was on drugs. So I was glad that he died as well. For me now, Zamir is saying that it wasn't brutal enough. That was one of the worst parts to me in that, like the whole series was how dark it started to become, especially when they went into the bathroom and it was like a literal bloodbath. I was just like, okay, this is like, I don't like this. All right. But I did feel like some of the games that were different were pretty interesting, especially that game that they had with the 6 legs and everything. That was something different. You tired? Everybody's tired around here. The heat is off. All right. So how did you feel about him, Mal?
What scene?
Thanos.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't stand him, and I was just glad he died.
Yeah. I think I would have probably preferred his like his little friend to go before him. I really hated that friend.
Right. I had a friend too. He was more like a beef rider of Thanos and monkey see monkey do type of.
Yeah.
He was like a Thanos pleaser, like just wanted to please him. And he was blowing me even more.
Yeah, and I don't like what he did to that girl either. Yeah, Torian said the sidekick was worse. Yeah, he really was, and he's still alive. The funny thing about it is I kept wanting the camera to like pan over to him when they did that whole takeover thing, but I never saw him. I was looking for him too. Like, where you at? Beware that guy, So like I said, we have the mom and the son, Thanos, pregnant girl, transgender, don't know her name, his name, the infiltrator, guys, who is Young Ill, okay, who is really In-Ho, the brother of the cop Jun-Ho, okay, and most importantly, he's the host of the games, also known as the front man. I just found out that he's known as the front man. And he's number 1, 001. And when he was going to cast his vote and they never showed his face, I said he is going to be I don't know who this is, but obviously this is going to be big because they won't show his face yet. And I freaking knew that. I was not surprised when it showed him, and I was like, oh my freaking gosh. Okay.
He has like a malicious look to him anyway, off the rip. Like,
yeah. And then he has that, he has a whole backstory and stuff, whatever, that we're not going to get into. But to me, it doesn't matter because I feel like, for you to want to take out a bunch of people just because of however, like, whatever hand that life dealt you, I just don't agree with stuff like that. Okay, so I had mixed feelings about him because I kind of felt like he might have liked Guion, player 456. I felt like he might have liked him a little bit. Like just looking at how his mind is not the same as everybody else's. But when they were playing that game, when he was supposed to be like doing the little top thing, I felt like he was definitely sabotaging that thing, especially when he like let it go in the back. And the guy was like, what the hell was that? How did you do that? So anyway, I want to discuss this scene right here really quick. How did y'all feel about when they got off of like the Ferris wheel thing and then the dude came, well, he got into the room. It was only supposed to be 2 of them, and he got in the room and he wound up choking that guy out in front of the best friend.
I didn't think nothing of it.
I don't think he blew the spot.
It's a matter of life and death. So you gotta use use that to the best of your ability. Like
Yeah, true.
somebody's in there, and really have no choice. But basically, in the other dude's defense, they're thinking that they're like playing peacemaker.
Mm.
So when you see that, and you guys don't want to hurt nobody, you try to save as many people as possible. So when you see that, it's like, you know, I understand it.
It's, you know, what's funny is that it was kind of smart. Like, I hate to say it, but it was kind of smart because I feel like the way other people were trying to do it, they were snatching the person or stopping the person before they got in the room. But he got in the room and saw somebody in there and was like, if one of us is dead, it's still technically two people up in here. I'm like, wow. But of course, who would think like that? Somebody who,
Right.
you know, hosts the game. Torian said, "Oh, Miss K, what about the backstory? The recruiter told 456 at the beginning about his thirst for the kill after taking out his dad when he was in the games. Yeah, that's really crazy. I thought that that was super evil, and just like, wow, like how could you even like what kind of people do they have working for them?" But the crazy thing is, they even have really young people. Remember when they took the mask from that one dude, and he looked like he was like 17, 18. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with these people? And that other chick, the chick that was like in there, like she was kind of attached to, looking like she was attached to the little girl, and she was also trying to find her own daughter. Like, I was like, what are you doing here? That was a crazy twist. We're gonna talk about that a little later, but I don't think we're gonna be here much longer anyway, though, because these folks are tired. But I want to discuss this right here. Torian says that the front man slipped up a couple of times, but because 456 never saw his face, he didn't catch on. Right. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about something. So here's something I just wanted to mention. So this is the front man's brother. Of course, we saw him shoot him. We saw the front man shoot. This is Junho. We saw him shoot him last season. He shot him off the cliff. So he survived. This man right here found him, okay, who knows how to navigate the seas and all that stuff. So as time was going on, I didn't think nothing of it, but like when he started asking more questions and he was started asking about the drones and stuff like that, I was like, I don't know if I could trust this guy. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Because he found him, right? But then for some reason he could never help find this island or something. It was just something about him that I was like, I wonder if he can really be trusted. What if he's really working for, you know, the front man and stuff like that. So now when I think about it, you gotta, I went back and I to the beginning of the episode, like of episode 1, and I saw how the front man shot Junho in the like shoulder, right? So he did not try to kill him, but he still fell off of a cliff. So it would seem that he was trying to delete him, right? But then obviously he sent this man out there to go find his brother, either find the body or, you know, bring it home to the mother, or, you know, save him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really think about it, these people that are dying here, they never go back home. Their bodies are never found or anything like that. And like somebody else was saying, what are they doing with the organs and stuff? So that's another thing that's added on to the story, which makes it even more interesting. So, but yeah, I just, that's one of my thoughts when it comes to that. So here's another thing that I'm going to bring up before we get ready to close, right? So after learning about, like the names and stuff like that. So there was a scene where after I think the Six Legs game and everything, they were playing, you know, that little different, you know how every player had, they were assigned to do something that they were kind of like an expert at or good at, not expert, but they were good at. So after learning each other's names, this is in episode 5, which is called One More Game, right? Young Ill, aka the front man, he cracks an awkward and maybe even an eerie kind of joke when he refers to Guion, aka player 456, as their unsung hero. So now we know that an unsung hero is like somebody who, you know, they do good things or brave things and they're not recognized for it. You know what I'm saying? They're not recognized, or people just don't know. An unsung hero. But for some reason, when Young Ill said this, it was awkward for everyone, which not only caught my attention, but it confused me a little bit, because what's so wrong with being called that, right? Unless he obviously knows, and I'm talking about the front man, unless he knows that it's not going to end well for Guillaume, which is player 456. So let's go ahead and look at that scene real quick so I can show you guys what the heck I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, it's muted.
I just know you as Gion.
Oh, right. Sung Gi-yoon's my full name.
Oh, Sung Gion. Like our unsung hero.
See, look at their face. It was just like super awkward. Like, what the heck is that about? You know what I'm saying? Like, why all of a sudden, like, immediately when he said like our unsung hero, they all was just like, what? Like, what the heck? Maybe in their culture, that's something really bad, or like a bad omen type of thing to say. I don't know, but it caught my attention. All right, so now I just want to do, before we get out of here, like, at least for me, one prediction for season 3. Okay, and it's going to be the final season, which I'm happy about, because I can't stand stories that drag on for days and days and years. So what's one prediction that you guys for season 3?
456 survives.
Oh wait, let's look at the players. Oh, 456.
456 survives.
Uh-huh.
Finds a way out. The brother is gonna be the one that comes to his rescue.
Okay, right. He is floating around out there.
That bomb that happened
Mm-hmm.
when they went to like this bunker and then blew up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what happened after that. I don't remember, but I feel like that was something very important for season 3.
Okay. Well, when somebody, I think, died, one person died and another one was hurt really bad. And also, that was another thing, like that older man, he was the one that was like, he was messing up the drone. He was found messing up the drones.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you know he can't be trusted. What about you? What kind of prediction you have?
I'm just really, really hoping that the son and the mother and son survive. That's just all I'm thinking
And the
about.
trance.
Yeah.
Man, that's my
trans. The trans. That's my man. That's my man
Yeah, he's
too.
cool. Yeah, I like him.
All right. Like, he turned I was like, oh my gosh, he about to be MVP up in this piece, because that one, number 388, he pissed me off. Like, he has PTSD, guys. I don't know from what. All I know is when number 390, when he was asking him if his father was a Marine as well, he kind of like cut him off, like he didn't want to talk about it anymore. And then that's when he was like, hey, can we all find out what each other's names are and everything. But there was something about him that it just, number 388 I'm talking about, he's cool and all, but that right there wasn't, you can't be on my team if you're gonna freeze up like that. If I send you on a mission and you're supposed to go and get the magazines or whatever the heck you were supposed to do, you can't be freezing up, bro. Like, it's either you die or that's like.
I think he was lying.
What? About being a Marine?
Yeah, I think he was lying.
So you think the tattoo and everything is fake?
Yeah, because he was trying to flex it and they was laughing at him in one of the scenes. I think he's lying.
Cause them to lose that shit. That could be, yeah, something's up. There's something going on. With player number 388. I feel like genuinely he's a good guy.
He didn't even shoot his gun, and he didn't even hold it properly or nothing. He was lying.
Okay, Zom says he's lying, guys. Yeah, I think player number 388 is lying about, being a Marine and stuff like that. Yeah, because he was acting too scared. Every time he had that gun in his hand, he was acting too scared. I'm like, are you sure? And that was one of my questions. I'm like, you're supposed to be a Marine. Why are you scared to shoot a gun? So my own thing, the only thing that I could think of was maybe he had PTSD, something happened or whatever, you know what I mean? But anyway, that was my thing. So, but I definitely love the mom. I just think that it was crazy that they put a mother and son in this whole situation. And I just love them. I don't see player 333 surviving. And then the pregnant girl being involved, like I'm scared for her, but I think she might get out. I hope so. I really hope the mother gets out and the son, like you said, Mal. But as for me, I think somebody said Torian said number 011. That's one of the people in the mask. She's the chick that's been deleting the players that they want to keep alive. You know, they'll mark somebody, they'll shoot them in a certain area to where they don't die, and then she's like open the, remember how she was like open the crate or whatever, like it, so that she could finish them off. So clearly she is a higher ranking person because she told that one of the people in the mask that it was an order. So she's got people kind of like coming for her, that's, you know, other masked people that's coming for her because they're like, if you're not trying to help us, then you need to get the heck up out of here, you know? So I feel like my prediction with her is that she might be one of the people that comes to help them as well, you know, because her purpose, her sole purpose, from what I found out, because I kind of got upset with her and I was confused as to why she would be doing something like this. So her sole purpose of being there is because she thinks that she's putting people out of their misery, right? She's stopping them from suffering. So that's the reason why she's doing all of the things that she's doing. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think that it's a good enough reason, but that's her reason. Everybody has a reason for why they're entering to the games, why they want to stay in the games, even if they know that they're probably going to get freaking deleted. And just like Gion, he has a reason for entering into the games for a second time because he thinks he's going to just stop it once and for all. But who knows? Or Junho has to come in clutch, okay? It's gonna have to be brother against brother or whatever because not these brothers though. You guys are like giving, like there's not a lot of quality going on here because y'all are hardly in the camera. Like this is not cute. Next time we're going to do this a lot better, guys, because they're
And
just
a lot earlier.
First of all, be quiet because this guy's a whole night owl, and now all of a sudden he want to try to act like he want to go to bed early.
I was a night owl last year. It's 2025.
How many days ago since last year, y'all? Anywho. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. Can you mention one thing that you possibly learned from watching this show?
You gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Okay.
This they keep saying one more game. After every game, they constantly want to keep getting more and more and more because money is truly the root of all evil. The people with the O's wanted the money so bad that they was willing to kill the people that wanted out so they can get more money.
Yeah.
Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. It's 12:42. I gotta get up later. Good night.
Peace out. No, you gotta wait till
Good night.
No, you have to wait till I tell you what I learned. So you don't be doing that. What about you? What you learned? And that old man, he was one of the worst ones.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I don't think I really learned anything.
All right.
Honestly.
All right. This guy gave you a whole lesson. This guy, nothing. For me, guess what I learned, folks? I learned that ho in Korean means tiger. When they were talking about what their names meant, that was one of the things I learned. Ho means tiger. Yes. Maybe that's the reason why Tiger Woods is named Tiger Woods. Because is he Korean? He's half Korean? What was it? Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway. It's all good. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to the people who's going to catch this on for the watch. Thank you to my family for rewinding that with Miss K. I really appreciate you guys coming through. Hopefully, you know, your girl can come back next week and fill up that regular time slot of midnight, Friday midnight, with all of my night owls. I have missed you guys so much. And I apologize for being MIA, but you know, I'm also building another channel as well and doing other things. But you guys are amazing. Take care and be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.